Hey guys, welcome back to Marriages Restored in Faith. My name is Ray.
Hi guys, my name is Dora. It is May 6th, 2025. It is Tuesday afternoon. And thank you again for joining us. If you would like to share and follow our videos, our channel, there is our platforms there that you can do that with. Also, there is our email if you would like to get a hold of us as well. And if you feel led to give, there is the ways to do that. All that information is on the screen there. And yeah, yesterday was, I don't know. I think it was the storms, maybe.
It might have been the storm because our internet just shut off. We were having trouble broadcasting, so we just thought, we're not going to keep going and have it shutting off and on.
Right.
Messing the entire video. So we're going to go back to it, and we're going to start from the beginning. And as you see the title, Shocking Truth. And if you watched part of yesterday's video, then you saw what we're talking about. And it is basically, we'll go ahead and say it now that if you've watched it, part of it is cannibalism. Is it in the Bible? Do we see it in the Bible? Are people practicing that today? Is it happening behind closed doors? Is it happening in front of us? Have any of us ever been involved in it that we know of?
Right.
I know how awful and gross that can sound. But as God continues to expose the evil that's been hidden, it's time for each and every one of us to wake up and say, okay, this has happened before. Is it happening right now? Is it still happening? And the answer is yes, it is still happening as we speak. And we're going to share videos with you, and we want you to see it for yourself. And it even comes from Hollywood. Some people usually say, well, I'm not going to believe somebody that is not well known. I'm not going to believe somebody if they don't have a title. Just like I've been having this discussion since yesterday with several people, because so many of us have been guilty of using the title as Christian. We are Christians, okay? The true meaning will be we are followers of Jesus Christ, because there's people that are Jehovah's Witnesses. There's people that are Mormons. There's people that are even Muslims. There's people in different religions and call themselves Christians. Yeah, they do.
Yes.
So a better term, instead of saying Christians, is followers of Jesus Christ. And what do I mean? We follow his word.
Yes.
We are followers of Jesus Christ, and we follow his word. We don't just use a title as a Christian and say we're Christians, because you can go to your workplace and you can ask people, are you a Christian? And 90% of the time they're going to tell you yes. So as I've been discussing with these people on there's been several different people on this YouTube channel, because I made a comment on there, and several people are just commenting, but then you have the majority agreeing with what my statement was, and you just have a few disagreeing with the statement. Well, just by their wording is saying that they're not Christians. And you can ask them, are you a Christian? Just as simple, are you a Christian? And they won't respond. Because I set them up. Because I ask them, are you a Christian? And if the answer is yes, then you would agree with the statement that I stated. Why? Because then you would understand and acknowledge that you have to follow the biblical views of Jesus Christ. And if you have to follow the biblical views of Jesus Christ, then you would understand that you cannot operate like the world.
That's right.
And that's why they won't respond to that. Because they understand that they are operating just like the world is, and that is not what Jesus told us to do. So that's just a little beginning, I guess. So let me get into these videos, because we have several videos to share with you, and I want you to see this. And just keep in mind, the first 5 videos that we're going to show you, you probably don't know this guy. He's not well known. He doesn't wear a suit. doesn't have a title to like you would see in Hollywood, but we'll share the Hollywood here in a second. If you can give me number 3, and I want you to listen to what he's saying, and then we're going to show you even videos from a commercial of restaurants advertising and saying things like this. And by the end of this, you're going to see that, yes, it is possible, more than likely, that this is happening. And we didn't know about it.
Right.
And now we do.
I heard some shit that really blew you out of mind this morning. So, as a side hustle, I get graves. And graveyards and cemeteries across Bowling Green and surrounding counties. Something didn't sit right with me today. As I was digging, the guy that's the director of the graveyard walked up to me. And he was like, we need to lift that casket up to get it even. So we put it on a trolley and brought it back up. When we brought it back up, it come off even in a way, but it was crooked in the corner. So he's like, we gotta lift it. So I lifted it, me and him together. But the weirdest thing was, it was really light. Like, extremely light. Like, and I'm not a big dude. So I was like, I told him, I was like, why is that so light? And he was like, don't ask questions that you ain't ready for. I'm freaked out. What are they doing with these bodies?
And I know what you're thinking. Maybe there was a midget in there. Maybe it was a light person in there. Maybe the person weighed 50 pounds, 80 pounds.
Right.
Could have been a casket for a kid and they just got a big casket. I know what some people will always try to justify something because they don't really want to know the truth. Or they don't want to say, no, this is impossible to, that couldn't possibly happen. Let me share a scripture with you so you can see. This is 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 28 and 29. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 28 and 29. And if you are a follower of Jesus Christ, then you take the Bible 100% truth. And now let's read and see.
Then the king said to her, what is troubling you? And she answered, this woman said to me, give your son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and ate him. And I said to her on the next day, give your son that we may eat him. But she has hidden her son.
That's hard to believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you read it, it's hard to think that someone could possibly do something like that with their kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe that you will be willing to kill and then cook and then eat, knowing that that's your kid. I mean, what could possibly go in your mind on, right? I mean,
Right.
how could you possibly sit there and enjoy the meal, and whether you enjoyed it or not, but sit there and literally be putting this stuff in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think of that. If you've been alive as long as Dora has,
Or Ray.
then you know that movie. I believe Alive, was it, of the plane crash?
Yes.
Of the I forgot what team it was, but it was I forgot what type of team it was as well. If it was soccer, football, I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was.
But yeah,
But they
it was
crashed.
a team. Yeah.
It was a team, and they actually sat there and ate the dead bodies, frozen. Of course, they didn't cook them. They didn't do anything like that. They just started cutting and eating them. If you've watched that movie with Nicolas Cage as well, of the ship that sank, it was a military Navy ship, and they were stuck in the
It's some part
out
of
there in the ocean. Yes, and they started eating.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about it. Starvation. There's a term for it, but it says that the hunger can be so strong and so violent that it will make people do things that they would have never done.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about that. And we're talking about things that if the starvation is there, the people will do it. But what if there's no starvation? Wouldn't it be so downright evil just to do it because you want to eat humans? If you're old enough to remember, you remember about Ted Bundy as well. He will kill people, put them in his freezer, and he will eat them. You remember that serial killer?
Mm-hmm.
He admitted that he was eating people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you if you can give me number 2. And we're going to go through this video so you can see this. And just like this right here, it's hard to discuss it and think about it, that it actually exists, that it actually, people actually do it. It's the same thing since 2020 when you try to tell people, look, 2020, now doctors are coming up and telling you, yes, I did it for the money. And people still want to deny the facts that it actually happened. So we'll play these videos back to back.
What's up, y'all? Part 2 of this video. It's got about 3.3 million views as of right now. A lot of people seen it. I got people writing me, I got people calling me. Even the people I was talking about in the video. I've got to be all the way honest with you guys. When I made the video saying that casket was right, that wasn't something that I did just because. The reason why I did it is because it's becoming a pattern. Since COVID, this industry has 100% changed. I'm not going to sit up here and act like that I know what they're doing. But I know it ain't right, and I know I'm going to find out. I don't know where this journey might lead me trying to figure out what's going on. But I feel like that all my life, I've wanted to know the truth about everything. And while everybody else was living this fairy tale, I've always known that this world is all. We're in spiritual warfare, y'all. Good versus bad. You can discredit me, you can say whatever. But we are. If you notice in the first video, all the people that was giving me backlash was funeral directors, funeral homes. I've heard people say they're going to sue me. They're going to try to lock me up. I've even heard some say that they're going to try to take me out. I really don't care. Because you know what? The truth is worth more than sometimes even your life. I know a lot of people is going to think this is crazy. But I promise you, y'all, there is something going on with burials. There's something going on with bodies. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. There's a lot of reasons in this world for you not to believe people. But in this instant right here, I'm being real. I advise you that if you bury somebody, that you do request to be there. If somebody is being cremated, then, you know, it's your choice. I think that some states do let you be there. I don't trust nothing. My boss is always here at 6 a.m. sharp. It's 8:13. Not one day. This is a 61-year-old man, country man, that never misses work. He's nowhere to be found. Today we uncovered the truth. And every day from here on out, that's my goal. And I hope you guys are with me.
Let me show you a scripture. Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 10.
Ezekiel 5:10. Therefore, fathers shall eat their sons in your midst, and sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments among you. And all of you who remain I will scatter to all the winds.
It's harsh, right? I mean, you hear this guy discussing this, and you hear all the backlash that he's getting. Of course he's going to get backlash. Give me number 3. And the reason he's going to get backlash, if you've ever noticed, anybody that starts speaking truth, immediately they try to discredit the person. They threaten the person losing their job. Number 1. Yeah, I was looking at the way I and they immediately start to on attack mode. And that happens in the Christian faith as well. That happens with anybody preaching God's word, and they start talking about sin. It's within inside the walls that people get attacked because they're talking about sin. Oh, you're judging me. Immediately they want to use that. Oh, you're judging me. That's not it. They're speaking truth. Now listen to this gentleman again, and we got 2 more of his videos, and then we're going to get to another person so you can see what's going on.
Most people don't even know this, but this is true. They made caskets so much cheaper. The thing is, before COVID, caskets was getting out of sight. Like, they was unreal. I'm sure everybody here has buried somebody, or you know that funerals cost a ton. They went down to the materials where it's nothing. I mean, literally, and it's cheap. So before you go out and spend thousands of dollars on a casket, do your research on what it's made out of, what you're getting, because it's important. I don't think that this is happening all over the country. I think it's just certain places. I bury in 3 states. But truth be told, Tennessee is where I'm seeing the most of this at. This wasn't the first time that I felt this, and this wasn't the first time something's been off. A lot of y'all today, some of y'all are skeptical, and a lot of y'all might find this hard to believe, what I'm saying. But just a little statistic to kind of wake y'all up on something. There's 144,000 cemeteries in America. Now, how in the world, with all the people that's come from different timelines, do they all fit in something like that? Not only that, you can say, well, some people's getting cremated. Cool, that's fine too. Think about all the people that died in one city during COVID. The numbers are staggering. The funeral homes was having to put people in ice trucks in California. You don't believe me? Go look it up. And we're sitting up here wondering, like all of us are, what's going on. I don't know what's going to come out of this, y'all. I might lose my job. Anything might happen. I really don't care. But I just want to drop those statistics. 144,000 cemeteries. There's no way, bro. The math ain't math. Y'all, they just silenced the last half of my video when I was really getting to a point. Like, literally right now, I'm going out of town because I don't feel safe. I'm on the interstate I'm probably going to get a hotel soon. I'm really sure. I don't know what to think. I mean, the fact that I'm going to get fired for just speaking out and telling the truth speaks volumes.
I mean, you do have to ask yourself that simple question he said. If you can start getting number 4, that simple question he asked. The amount of cemeteries that are out there don't match the amount of people throughout the years that pass away.
Right.
I mean, if you want just to go look at the stats, and I should have done that, of how many people die each year. All around the world. Or if we were just to stick it to the United States or one state.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the cities are just growing and growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting more population. So it's like it doesn't. The math is just like this gentleman was saying. The math is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many funeral homes available, to be able to cover. Well, and then also, I don't remember when this was, but when we were coming into town or going out of town, I don't remember, that we were saying, why would they have a cemetery right smack in the middle of the town?
As the town grew around it.
Exactly. We're like,
that was in San Angelo.
was it?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's just, it makes no sense. Well, it's because the town is growing around there. So it's like, okay, so when are they supposedly gonna run out of room?
Oh yeah.
Because
You can't expand anymore.
Right. You can't go out anymore. So what are they doing? Are they telling you, oh no, you can't put your loved one here because there's no more room?
No, they're gonna take it for the money. But again, you have to ask, where are they putting them?
Where are they?
We're going to play 2 more of these videos, and then we're going to go to other videos of other people so you can hear it directly from their mouth. Go ahead.
I don't gotta keep telling y'all, but I'm telling the truth. I think y'all start to see it. It's clear as day. I'm messing up somebody's livelihood or somebody's cash flow. I don't gotta.
Give me number 5. And in Leviticus chapter 26, verse 29, as you see here, go ahead.
You shall eat the flesh of your sons, and you shall eat the flesh of your daughters.
Just think about that. That's in the Word. That is in the Bible. Think of that. Now, again, we'll go ahead and play this last one, and then we're going to get into other ones so you can see what they're talking about.
So I was just informed that if I don't take the video down about the body not being in the casket, that I'm going to get fired. My boss called me and told me that the video's causing distraction from the funeral homes and the cemeteries, and that also, it could cause some people to look elsewhere. That being said, it could cost him money for less burials, and me as well. I knew when I posted that there was a possibility, something would be said, but I never dreamed that I could maybe be fired. But honestly, I feel like that I'm going to leave the video up, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. They did wrong, not me. No matter what nobody says in the comment, no matter what nobody tells you.
Now, you can give me number 9. Now, let me show you again. I said that usually when it's just somebody that you're not sure of, you'll just blow it off. I want you to listen to somebody that is a movie star that is in Hollywood that look to and usually carries more weight for some people.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't matter what title you hold. That doesn't mean anything to me because it's character. You can have the highest title, but your character says otherwise. So I want you to listen to what she says, and she's hesitant to say it, but she finally says it.
About this facial that you're obsessed with, how many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay. And, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these. Some of you, I think many of you know it. And it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen, and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes. The
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're.
Get that? I mean, did you really understand the hesitation that was going on there? Because she understood that it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't wrong, you're easy to say it and not try to hide it and go around in circles until you're finally told to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when she said it, there was a hesitation of, am I really going to say that this was from a young person, from a little one?
Yeah.
Think about it. And then it was from a different country. How did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get that? And you're okay to put that in your body. I'm telling you, there's some stuff that's going on out there that people don't realize. They don't want to know. Why? Because as long as they don't know about it, to them it's not happening.
Yes.
Let me show you something else. If you can get me number 8, and as you're going to hear it directly from these people. So why isn't anybody asking what happened to those thousands and thousands of kids that came across the border?
Right.
What happened to them?
Where'd they go?
They're missing. They even said that they're missing. But nobody's saying that they found them. What happened to them? Where are they? Why isn't there an uprising over it?
Trigger warning for some of you. This one's a weird one. Trigger warning for some of you. There's a TikTok account called Wiggins World. Family sold all their possessions, moved off grid to the deserts of Arizona, and they found something out in the desert. I'm just going to let the video roll. Let me know what you guys think about this, and have you guys ever come across something like this? Pretty scary. Take a look.
Well, now I'm recording right to TikTok because shit is getting real now. So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water, and we found this little pond that's north of an arroyo, and this thing is filled with kids' backpacks.
Filled with backpacks.
And there's a mound here, and
there's a bunch of signs
there's more
of
backpacks.
wildlife activity.
If you dig down,
It's
there's backpacks. There's little kids' backpacks here.
Don't be too loud.
There are kids' fucking backpacks here. I'm armed. But we found a place out in the middle of the desert north of our property that has bones and boots and
All sorts of shit.
kids' backpacks. Yeah. This is getting really, really weird. You smell that?
What?
Something smells like sweet.
No.
It smells like laundry detergent. Do you smell that? And there's
Well, it smells sweet like that out in places out here.
So we just hit a point where we found our 5th backpack or bag after finding that boot. And yeah, we're done. We're going to head back to the property. Going to have to contact somebody about this because one of our neighbors was really, really interested when we found bones on our property. And that guy's been really, really against us having social media. So I think we're kind of in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to have to figure this out, but we just found a bunch of backpacks and personal belongings.
Or something, because we're gonna have to look at this later. But
So I know people say, well, this couldn't possibly happen in the United States because we have laws against it. We do have laws, but as you see, people are breaking them.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Evil exists. And some people think it's normal to do it. They do. Let me show you. If you can give me number 7. Some people actually think it's normal. And as you can see, as he was doing that and looking through there, you could tell the guy was scared. Even though he said, well, I'm packing butt. Yeah, you're packing butt. How many other people that are conducting this kind of stuff are packing as well?
Yes, and and you're out there in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, it can, get kind of scary for them just because, I think, I know he says it how far it was from where their homesteading is at,
Mhm.
So it's like, what did we just fall into here,
Mm-hmm. So here you go.
I like salt.
Like salt?
After die, blood become water.
Huh.
And water become a salt.
Whenever you eat a human, are they already dead or are they alive?
No, dead.
Dead.
Dead people, and I like eat as well.
How do you find like a dead human?
Many, because there are holy man, pregnant, child. There are many bodies they cannot get burned.
Yeah.
So they put in river after a couple of hours, suppose time.
Yep.
Body came up.
You eat it raw or do you cook it?
Both.
Both.
No, we don't cook.
Wow. It's very interesting to me. And do you know whose head this was?
You know.
You knew him personally.
I know.
How'd he die?
How he die? He natural die. He
Natural.
become old, yes. More than 75 years.
So he was a gori?
No, he's not a gori. He's a sadhu.
Are there certain people you don't eat?
No.
Well, like say, can you eat other agoris when they die?
Of course, why not?
So any kind of person.
It's not necessary.
Okay. Is there anyone in the
not important.
Is there anyone in the world you would really want to?
And it's not important. If it's bad,
yeah,
agori, no problem.
Okay.
We eat body as well.
How does?
Did you get that? See, it's normal to them to eat another person.
Yeah. He was just having a conversation,
Yeah, to him it was steak basically, like if you was to eat a cow. And people don't realize that is what is really happening in the world. It's not being advertised as much until you see something like this. If you can give me number 13. Until you see something like this and people say, well, it's just a commercial. Is it? Is it really just a commercial, or are they really telling you, look, this is what you're really eating? You're thinking you're eating chicken when it's not. But this is what we're throwing it in your face.
My thing is just, why even go there? Why would you even produce?
Because people will deny it.
Yeah, produce such a commercial.
Right.
No sound.
Yeah, we won't do the sound because more than likely it'll get flagged because of the music. But again, like Dora said, why would you try to produce something like this? My reason for that is because to throw it in your face and tell you, look, you've been eating this all along and you didn't even realize it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not an old commercial, guys. This was 2025.
Yes. And it's pretty weird and dark. You see people coming out climbing from trees.
Mm-hmm.
You see them out in the forest and you're wondering what's going on and what is this that they're lifting them up.
Levitating,
doing things like this. Witchcraft, basically. And then what's the deal with the egg? And lifting the egg and doing the ritual. It's more like a ritual ceremony there. And then they finally lift up the ritual ceremony and let him pass right underneath it. If you know anything about the demonic realm, it's all about rituals. It's all about ceremonies. It's all about idolatry. It is all about doing a sacrifice to the demon gods for whatever purpose, whatever reason, whatever you're asking for, you have to do a sacrifice for them. So as you see right here, you're going to see them, she's carrying him as if he is light as a feather, huh? And she got superhuman strength. And then takes him to this lake, but looks like more like grease, and then dips him in there. And you see he comes out deep fried. Mm-hmm.
Now it's a piece of chicken.
Think about it.
And it tells you to believe in chicken.
People need to ask themselves questions.
KFC commercial, guys. KFC.
That's why I ask, that's why I'm hesitant now. Where we're going to go eat it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
Yep. So, let me show you if you can give me number 10. And I know this one's hard, but like I said, You also have it in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 53 to 57, Jeremiah 19, verse 9, Leviticus 26, 29, Ezekiel 5, verse 10. And there's other verses that you can look up, and that's cannibalism.
What's wrong?
Snow scooter?
Yeah. Yeah, very brave guy.
Damn, that guy is brave.
Well, don't you think he's glad that he had that one there ready to take off? Because
Oh yeah.
there's no outrunning that bear. And that bear wasn't playing. He was hungry.
Yeah.
That's not cannibalism because he actually eats meat. Cannibalism would have been if he was eating his own bears.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought that was pretty neat how fast that,
That
guy
was a close
responded.
call.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He didn't play. He just got on there. I'm taking off.
Bye bye.
So, guys, I know this one was hard to look at. But the reason I wanted to bring this to you is it's time for us as true followers of Jesus Christ to wake up and see that this world is not our home. That there is evil being conducted in this world. And it's been going on for centuries. It's been going on since Satan tempted Eve. It's been going on since then. And it's going to continue until Jesus comes back. And we show you this because we want you to be aware of the evil things that are being conducted out there. And for us not to close our eyes anymore. For us not to go into some conspiracy theory and all that either. But whenever you have facts like this, and you have stuff like this being told to you right in front of your face. Just like, you remember they've been telling us that there's underground tunnels and all this stuff, underground cities, and people still didn't believe it. And I've even been accused of, why don't you put your tinfoil hat on? And now you hear it coming from the government telling you that there's underground cities. When I was in the military, we were up there in 29 Palms, up there around California, and they would not allow us to go in those underground tunnels. That's because we're in the military. They were fully guarded, and they would tell us that if we passed a certain line trying to get into those tunnels, that they had the right to shoot another military personnel. So just think about that. I got to see the actual, just the massive doors that you couldn't go through. I got to see that. And people still didn't believe it after you told them that. Anytime today. And it's like people are waking up little by little. But I'm still waiting for the pastors to wake up because they are still being the silent majority. Yeah, from the pulpit. So let me leave you with this one. And you can give me number 12. And we'll leave you on a good note, kind of let you laugh on this one, because I thought I was trying to see if my daughter will play this game with me, but she doesn't want to play it.
I don't play it. I wouldn't play it.
Off you. Two grown men, 40, sir.
I mean, I'm surprised that card actually holds that much flour in the first place, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, stop laughing.
And if you start laughing, it's going everywhere.
Oh my gosh. That's it. Yeah. Now it's his turn.
You catch the video and now
Is he pulling that for you? We didn't see this, Tom.
Oh,
Why is he doing that?
you just gotta play the game first and then show them the video.
That's right. So the whole point of the video is, the whole point of game is who can put the most flour on each other's faces. It's really much
I don't
what
know,
that is.
but it's because the other guy was showing his tongue, and that's why he's telling me you're showing your tongue. So I started laughing, and just all blue. So
That's right.
it's one of those. But who thinks of these games? That's the other question.
Somebody's got
I'm
anything else to
sitting
do,
down
I guess.
thinking, you know what? Let's try this.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is not supposed to bring fear to you, but this is supposed to tell you to wake up because
Yes.
this is actually happening.
That's right.
If when Ted Bundy was doing that back in the, I believe it was in the 70s, 80s, when he was doing that, okay, people said, okay, this is one person out of the entire world that's doing this.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Not.
Not.
No. So, it's just a way of waking you up, and so you can be more cautious of things that are out there that, you have to prepare, as in, start growing your own food, start investigating, where is this food coming from, where I'm going, should it be better for me to go purchase, a cow that I know that's being from this area, things like that.
Yeah.
Get yourself thinking.
Dora just reminded me. That's a good one because you don't know where it's coming from. I just heard that honey has been coming from China.
Mm.
So, like Dora's mentioning, it's time for us to start growing our own food. It's time for you to go get to your local farmers. So you need to start looking for honey that is from your local farmer and talk to them. Is it your local? Because we have it here where we go to the farmers market, and we talk to them, and some of them are out of Lubbock that we talk to, Snyder, those areas that they're actually having their own bees, and that's they're doing their own honey. So that's what you need to be doing. Another thing, if you remember, I'm sure we've all remembered this one, the Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre out of Austin. Okay, do you remember how when he got caught that he actually had a skin face from another person on himself? What do you think he was doing with all the meat? Just think about that.
Yeah.
This has been going on, but people don't believe it. But now, is it going on inside restaurants?
Yeah.
Is that what people are eating? Is that why they're throwing it in our faces by making these commercials and saying, guys, I've been eating this all along? And people are going to say, I don't believe it. I don't believe they could actually do that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Why advertise that?
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're glad that you're joined us and that we were able to get through this video. And again, we will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day.